One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Every year, we travel to Baudette, Minnesota to see how our luxury vehicles equipped with Acura's exclusive super handling all-wheel drive perform under the most brutal, punishing conditions. If your winters are tougher than this, you don't need a new car. You need a new place to live.
Take advantage of attractive lease rates on the 2011 Acura MDX for well-qualified customers.
Celebrating once again 25 years of women's sports in the Pac-10 Conference. Welcome back to the campus of USC. What would you expect when number 7 and number 8 get together? A very close match, and that's what we've got. USC and Washington tied at 1 set apiece, moments away from first serve. And with that, let's send it over to Holly McPeak with Washington head coach Jim McLaughlin.
All right, Coach, great start in the first set. Second set, not so good. What happened?
Well, they played a little bit better, and we made some errors. You know, we hit 2% errors in game 1, 20% in game 2, so that's kind of the story.
How do you slow down Jupiter and Fenoi Moana on the outside for USC?
We got to know what kind of set it is, you know, if it's inside or outside. Right now we're overrunning it and giving her a lot of angles, so we just have to slow down and see the set, and we have a little bit of time on it.
Okay, what do you do to get back and control this match?
Control the serve and pass. We got to get pressure on them, and then we got to hit the ball in.
All right, thanks for your time. Back to you, Paul.
All right, Holly, thank you very much. Couple of stars from the opening couple of sets, and no surprise there. Becky Perry, number 10 in purple and gold for the University of Washington, their leading scorer so far. And Alex Jupiter, the returning All-American for the women of Troy. A little bit of a slow start, but really cranked it up, as did the rest of her teammates in that second set. And that's what Jim McLaughlin is talking about, overrunning that set to the outside to Jupiter and Fenoi Moana, giving all sorts of room cross court. It was all Washington in the first set, winning at 25-15, and all USC in the second, taking that 25-17. And look at the key players. Jupiter and Fenoi Moana combining for 21 of USC's 26 kills. So no doubt Holly McPeak now back at the table with me, where Jim McLaughlin needs to position his block much more effectively.
Well, you see the numbers as far as the match goes. The stats have kind of evened out, but Washington controlled the first set, USC controlled the second set. It's such a game of momentum. So we'll see what happens in this third set.
Been sort of the story of these two teams throughout the course of the season. Among the best in the country. Their ranking shows that, their record shows that, but they go through periods where they just make way too many unforced errors, and very costly in these quick rally scoring games to 25 points. Underway, third set at the Galen Center at USC. This is the Pac-10 match of the week, USC in white, and the visiting Washington Huskies in their purple and gold robes. And that's going to be a violation, net violation called against the University of Washington.
Kendall Bateman making some good decisions for USC, mixing that offense up, especially in transition, using Fuller on the right side.
That ball rattling through the block. Number 10 in purple registering the kill once again, Becky Perry.
Becky Perry's got a lot of power. She's just powering it through that block.
Perry got out to a very quick and emotional start for the Huskies, now with 12 kills leading the way. Here is Nick Haley's favorite player, Jenna Orlandini, serving. More on that comment. It was sort of said in jest, but it was so obvious. The USC Trojans, and Jim McLaughlin talked about it, you got to win the serve and pass, and yet Jenna Orlandini, Washington's best passer, their libero, is handling way too many serves.
Well, I think so, and I think that's what helps facilitate this Washington offense.
That ball dug by Jupiter, but out of bounds. And point and possession back to the University of Washington.
Granted, Jenna Orlandini for Washington takes a lot of the court. She's very aggressive, but serve away from her, test somebody else out.
Our State Farm pride of the pack is Washington's All-American setter, Jenna Hagelin. Senior setter, a 3.51 GPA. So in the classroom and on the volleyball court as well. And Jupiter cutting that ball back across her body. Missed that ball out of bounds, but a net violation will bail out Jupiter.
Washington a little too over anxious on that block. It was a big block and forced Jupiter out, but jumped into the net at the same time.
Well, Washington head coach Jim McLaughlin told you we've got to be more patient. There is time. USC does not run a particularly fast or critical offense, and their blockers do have much more time than they would against another opponent.
Becky Perry's whole family in from Austin, Texas, visiting her. This is a big trip for her. She's a senior now.
Last trip to Los Angeles for her career. Good cover by Jupiter, but Fonoimoana unable to follow up, and her defense is getting ready to back out and attack that ball. Somebody else has got to jump in for the Trojans and help out.
You're right.
Perry once again just underway. Third set tied at 1 set apiece. Number 7 Washington off the top of the tape and down for an ace.
That's one of the rewards for being an aggressive server. When you hit the ball hard enough, it can hit the tape and go over. If you don't, it's going to drop on your side.
Perry working the line once again and misses that one just wide. Washington second in the conference, coming in with 100 aces overall against 188 errors. Washington running a much quicker offense. What do you gain by that, Washington, as opposed to USC running a much quicker set to the outside?
Well, first of all, Jen Orlandini, the libero for Washington, screamed at everybody to get it out of the way so she could pass it. They run a very quick offense that really stresses the opponent's blockers. The blockers don't know where to go, and it creates holes and seams in the defense.
That ball crushed down the line. Olgard, and another perfect pass this time. Both coaches going to be upset. This time Natalie Hagelin with a perfect pass for USC.
Great in-system pass. You see this back set slide, and Olgard hammers it down the line for USC. Good job hitting a ball hard and deep, set well off the net for USC. Tied at 6. Fonoimoana will continue to serve. Hitting this jumper pretty hard, but her head coach would love her to get it off of Orlandini. And as I say that, down the line towards Becky Perry, and Orlandini jumps in and is ace. Good serve by Fonoimoana. Nice hand wrist snap down the line by Fonoimoana for that ace. Second ace for USC, first for Fonoimoana. Jupiter crushing the ball in between the Washington blockers. Alex Jupiter at 6'3". This is a transition play. She hits this ball high just outside of the block of Washington. 4-0 run for USC. The Trojans back on top 8-6 and getting it done once again with who else? Fallon Fonoimoana and Alex Jupiter.
Let's face it, nothing lasts forever. You can wish upon a star, but sooner or later, things will change. It's called eventuality, and ignoring it is like waiting at a railroad crossing and thinking the train will never end. Driving uninsured and hoping to never get caught is like that. There's always the caboose, and you will eventually get nailed. Good thing there's Safe Auto, where you get state minimum coverage while saving a few bucks in the process. You gotta have coverage. You want to save money. Do both at 1-800-SAFE-AUTO or safeauto.com. Safe Auto.
Some people think Allstate only protects your car. Here's the truth. Allstate can also protect your home or apartment, as well as your boat, motorcycle, RV, and snowmobile, and even your retirement and your life. Not many insurance companies can say that, but Allstate can. Now that you know the truth, know this. The more of your world you put in good hands, the more you can save. Dollar for dollar, nobody protects you like Allstate.
Remember millionaire Bill Brady, the politician who got caught in an ethics problem, voting for a bill that secretly aided his own family's business? Now we find out Bill Brady voted against a ban on the sale of guns to convicted spouse abusers and child abusers. He voted for guns for people who've been convicted of spousal abuse. Who is this guy? Bill Brady, wrong and reckless.
Welcome back to Pac-10 Women's Volleyball. Washington and USC. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to later in the match. Fallon Fonoimoana, the high school player of the year in from Southern California last year, adjusting very, very nicely to the Division I college game. And we talked to her recently about her role on this Women of Troy team.
Basically, we're all sisters. You know, I kind of take the mama role of the freshmen, just checking up on everyone, but everyone's super close. We check on each other. We make sure everyone's all right. We go to dinner together. We go to lunch. You know, little things is just great, and I've never had that. It's more kind of like a best friend team.
Fonoimoana dialing up a couple of aces to really help inspire her team so far over Washington in the third set. Looking at her numbers, 10 kills on 24 attempts. And again, continuing to carry a very, very heavy load. Big responsibilities for the talented freshman. Jupiter off the left side, slowed momentarily by Rowland. And that ball killed by Becky Perry off the left side, the outside hitter for Washington, wearing number 10 in purple, and it's now USC 13, Washington 9. Perry's numbers have been fairly consistent throughout this match, Holly, but her impact on the results for her team just don't seem to be the same. Absolutely carried the Huskies to that first set win. Holford can't control that shot, and again, everything inside, everything cross court for Fonoimoana and Jupiter right now.
That's where USC is finding the opening for kills. You talked about the impact Perry had in the first set. You're right, but she was dominating and USC was struggling. Now USC's brought their game up and the impact is different.
That ball tipped to the floor nicely by Haglund. Jenna Haglund finishing out an outstanding career, originally from Westchester, Ohio, 5'10" senior.
Great decision by Jenna Haglund to attack on that ball. Blocker Alex Jupiter not really paying attention to her.
Orlandini now serving for the Huskies, trailing 14-10. Perry again, stuffed by Williams. Lauren Williams now with half a dozen stuffed blocks.
Now this ball set a little inside. You see the USC block move in, and I believe the hitter's at a disadvantage in that situation. Less court to attack.
Williams, 6'4" junior out of Houston, Texas. Mick Haley talking about how much stronger she's gotten through the years. That ball tattooed right on the sideline. Good comeback by Perry.
Becky Perry, a senior now, is so confident. You can tell she just loves to be aggressive. That is her type of game.
Hitting efficiency 467 right now, 16 of 30 with just 2 errors. Ball hit out of bounds or stuffed. In between the second and third set, Jim McLaughlin said, we're running past Fonoimoana and Alex Jupiter. No adjustment right now from Washington. I'm sure he said it. He told you he did, but his players aren't executing.
Well, in their defense, I think she went over the top on that. That was a very nice high snap. But you're right, University of Washington needs to make a better adjustment there.
Carlson, a fortunate kill down the line, and that got Mick Haley out of his seat. Poor communication by the Trojan blockers. Either got a both block or nobody block, and that time it was a 50-50 proposition. That ball served carelessly out of bounds by Perry.
I like aggressive serving, but aggressive serving border with too many errors, and that's been an issue for Washington so far.
6 service error for Washington against 3 aces. Not bad numbers. And that ball blocked again. this is Alexis Olgaard, number 1 in white, out of the middle. USC is just dominating the net right now against Washington.
Again, I think that ball can go about 2 to 3 feet wider and give the hitter more options to turn it away from the big block of USC.
Fenoi Moana tipping. Hagelin with a good save. And Fenoi Moana misses that one cross court just over the sideline. And with that, point possession to the Huskies, but they trail 18-13, again tied at a set apiece. Number 7 Washington, number 8 USC. The Huskies won the opening set. USC came right back to take the second. And you see the serving numbers: 3 aces, only 4 errors. Take that ratio anytime if you're the Trojans. And Washington not bad, and Washington just cleaning up some of theirs. Ratio, that's ace number 4 against 6 errors. So both teams serving well right now.
Kelsey Dunaway just serving a line drive cross court.
Step out, nicely done off the end blocker that time. Olgaard registers yet another kill. All the offense going the way of Fenoi Moana and Jupiter through the first 2 sets, but now Williams and Olgaard starting to get into the act a little bit more. Rowland down the line, nicely done, and the Huskies will be glad to see Fenoi Moana off the service line.
That's for sure. Bianca Rowland, Washington needs to get her the ball more. She's just so good, quick off the floor, and has a nice offensive range for Washington.
Good reaction by Olgaard, keeping that ball alive. And then off the block and out of bounds. But I think give the point that time to freshman middle blocker, number 1 in white, Alexis Olgaard. Good reaction.
I agree. That ball just ticked the top of the tape. She was the only one standing there. Nice one-arm controlled pass.
Durango now for USC. Ace serve again. USC has really found the formula serving.
USC serving extremely aggressive jump, top spin serves, really attacking the line and the seam between the 2 passers.
Second ace for Durango. Fenoi Moana also has a couple. And Carlson down the line. Durango cannot keep that ball in play. But USC with a very comfortable lead here in the 3rd set, 21-16.
Kinder Carlson, number 5 in purple, leads this team in kills for Washington. They like to get her the ball on the right side of the court.
But Carlson hitting only 125 for efficiency, Holly. That ball right on the end line. It is an ace a minute here between Washington and USC to Kendra Carlson. Once again, 7 kills on 24 attempts. Very quiet so far against the Trojans. But I agree with you. It can't just be one. Everybody has got to step up. Especially when you have left side hitters like Jupiter and Fenoi Moana who just get you out of trouble so easily. Very impressive pair. Alex Jupiter now 19 kills. Fenoi Moana with 11. Block again. Lauren Williams is really turning it on here after a slow opening set. Lauren Williams now with 7 stuff blocks, Holly.
Look at this form. That's a huge block. Fuller and Williams for USC.
Bianca Rowland, to your point, Holly, getting Rowland much more involved, wearing number 15 in purple.
Bianca Rowland, number 15, is so athletic and quick off the floor, finding the hole between the 2 blockers of SC.
Talked about both teams taking turns sharing aces, but as far as blocks are concerned, 9 of the last 10 have been registered by USC. That ball missed just into the top of the tape. Looking up Lauren Williams, her career high for blocks is 6. Not anymore. New career high at number 7 now. Williams, 6'4" junior out of Houston, Texas. And through the hole in the block, Jupiter now gets to kill number 20.
If you did a scouting report on USC, you would see when Alex Jupiter is right front, they set her the ball 80–90% of the time, and she always has a huge hole in the ball.
Set point number 1 for Jupiter and the Trojans. Off the block and out of bounds, and USC. The recurring theme of Alex Jupiter and Fallon Fonoimoana just cruising right along after dropping the opening set. They take the second 25-17 and the third 25-19. So now the Trojans lead the University of Washington 2-1. Back with set number 4 right after this.
Cup of coffee? You need some help? Can I help you?
Can I have a pen, please?
Bank of the West, always ready to help. That's why our customers love us more.
Who's serving up some comfort food like Grandma used to make? All for around $10?
You just can't find Golden Corral's comfort food classics anyplace else. It's all part of our endless dinner buffet, all for around $10. Only at Golden Corral.
The new KFC Doublicious Chicken Sandwich.
I've never seen a sandwich like this before.
With a sweet Hawaiian bun to make those 11 herbs and spices really come to life.
It's sweet?
Savory. Get even more with the side and a drink for just $5.
G-double-O-D good.
Haunted by a high payment? Say RIP with low APR. Go to Illinois' #1 volume Honda dealer, Schaumburg Honda Automobiles.
Get 1.9 APR for 60 months on new 2010 Accords and more.
Bob Rohrman. Nobody beats Count Bobula. Nobody. Bob Rohrman, Schaumburg Honda Automobiles, just 8 blocks west of Woodfield Mall on Gulf Road, Schaumburg.
Welcome back to Pac-10 Women's Volleyball. Washington and USC. Due to time constraints, we move ahead to later in the match. Welcome back to the Galen Center. The USC Women of Troy, number 8 in the country, against the 7th-ranked Washington Huskies. The Pac-10 match of the week. Paul Sunderland with Holly McPeak. And very competitive 4th set indeed. Coming out of the timeout, Washington serving, holding on to the 1-point lead. Through the block, beautiful sprawl by Fonoimoana. Rolling through the block once again, and a rare 2-point lead in this 4th set now for Washington. A look at the kills leaders. Perry way up there. Bianca Rowland, middle attacker. Look at Kendra Carlson, the opposite. One of the primary attackers, most available, with only 8 kills.
You're right. Her numbers are definitely low for Washington.
And that ball tapped to the floor, luckily by Jupiter. Jim McLaughlin won't be happy with that missed opportunity. USC kill leaders, Jupiter having a huge match. Make that 25 kills now. Fonoimoana with 14 and Alex Olgard with 6. So not a lot of balance. But as we talked about, when you have Jupiter and Fonoimoana, bookend outside attackers make the game a lot easier for Mick Haley and the Women of Troy.
Overpass. Fallon Fonoimoana all over that.
And now tied at 16. Back and forth indeed. And now tied at 16. Back with more of the 4th set from Los Angeles after this.
You bring news, I trust?
We have infiltrated the ministry.
This year, it's really you they want. There is nowhere left to hide.
If Voldemort really has taken over the ministry, none of the old places are safe.
Is there no one we can trust?
Go!
Nobody else is going to die. Not for me.
Rated PG-13. In theaters in IMAX November 19th.
Is your computer running slowly? Does it take more than 3 seconds for your email to load? Are you frustrated with error messages, blue screens, computer freezes, and crashes? These are not only annoying, but can cause permanent damage to your computer. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, your computer and your privacy may be at risk, because these are usually the telltale signs of a virus, and it can only get worse until you act. get a free diagnosis at mycleanpc.com.
My Clean PC is outstanding, and my computer is running faster than ever.
My Clean PC came through with flying colors when no one else could.
My Clean PC totally cleaned up my system and increased my speed.
MyCleanPC.com can remove spyware, viruses, and infected emails, all speeding up your PC's performance. It offers all-in-one protection, and it's been downloaded by millions of users. Even if you have antivirus software, your computer could still be infected. Find out instantly with a free comprehensive diagnosis at mycleanpc.com.
Our breakout session is going to be great. Got the Gecko t-shirt, 4 million drivers switched. Gecko water bottle, notebook, chamois.
Sir, I feel a little bit uncomfortable with all this. I mean, it's not about me. It should be about how Geico's the third largest car insurance company in the nation. Things like that.
Oh, of course. We're not going to get carried away.
Yeah, all right. As long as we don't overdo it.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Fourth set tied at 16. Alex Jupiter leading the way offensively now with 25 kills for the women of Troy. And the Trojans leading 2-1. Washington must win to force a fifth set. And they need a lot more from number 5, Kendra Carlson. Can't get that ball to the floor. What a cut shot. Left side, Perry again. Fanoy Moana. What a dig by Carlson down the line. Perry with a tip, not there. Hagelin with a marvelous save. Point of the match so far. And Jupiter! Beautiful kill by Jupiter out of the middle back.
What a rally by both teams. Carlson gets that ball with some power, but Jupiter out of the back row for the kill. Trojans.
There were some bombs during that rally that were dug. Jupiter just hitting very smartly to the back line. We'll see how Washington responds, and they do nicely.
That's the ball that I think you have to get to Bianca Rowland. Even though the pass is a little off the net, she's such an accurate and dynamic hitter. You got to get her the ball.
Jenna Orlandini, the fine libero for Washington, now back to serve, tied at 17. And Fanoy Moana misses that one into the net. Good strategy to serve Fanoy Moana in this situation.
Well, I think so. I think away from Hagelin, anywhere but her is a good thing.
And make Fallon Fanoy Moana, albeit the outstanding freshman, pass as well as think about hitting. Timeout at USC.
Burger.
Some places put chicken on burger buns. The new KFC Doublicious Chicken Sandwich. This isn't the same old bun.
Never seen a sandwich like this before.
With a sweet Hawaiian bun to make those 11 herbs and spices really come to life.
Sweet?
Savory.
2 tastes. 1 sandwich. Who thought of Hawaiian bread? Genius.
An original recipe or grill.
I'm tasting double.
Get even more with a side and a drink for just $5.
S-O-G-double-O-D good. Riders expect certain things from a Can-Am ATV. Groundbreaking technology, responsive handling, and the most power in every class. So why would they expect anything less from a Can-Am side-by-side? Introducing the Can-Am Commander, featuring the industry's most powerful engine, precision handling, and the first dual-level cargo box. The facts say it's the most advanced side-by-side ever built, but the ride says it all.
Just because Joyce Ford is female-owned and operated doesn't mean you have to be a woman to get a great deal or dress like one.
Hi, I'm Kurt Sheely from Elmhurst Toyota Scion, here to tell you at Toyota, we make cars.
only better. And it doesn't get any better than this. Right now, you can get a brand new Corolla for just $169 per month, a new Camry for just $189 per month, or a new RAV4 for just $199 per month. Plus the peace of mind that comes from Toyota and a complimentary maintenance plan with roadside assistance that means zero maintenance costs for the next 2 years or 25,000 miles. It doesn't get any better than that. Only at Elmhurst Toyota Scion, your low price leader.
Happy Halloween from Comcast Sportsnet.
Now let's take a look at tonight's Bank of the West passionate moment. Now, there have been a lot of them, and just think what is yet to come for fabulous freshman Fallon Fonoimoana. That is our passionate moment, brought to you by the Bank of the West. Fonoimoana's numbers so far on the match, 15 of 37. Very solid outing once again. Add to that a couple of aces. Washington still leading 18-17. With USC, most importantly, on top in this best 3 out of 5 set match, 2-1. That's a service error coming out of the timeout. That serve was lobbed right to Natalie Hagelin, made life easier for Fonoimoana.
I agree, and then you have 6'4" Fallon Fonoimoana attacking over the shortest blocker, Jenna Hagelin, for Washington. That is a mismatch.
And key service error for the Washington Huskies. Stuff block at the net. Fonoimoana very aware that time.
Nice heads-up play on the setter. Good form as well. Seal the net with your hands.
19-18. Now the USC Trojans with their first lead of this 4th set. Barfield using and needing all 6'5" of that frame to put that ball to the floor, tied at 19.
Lauren Barfield, number 8 in the middle for Washington. Looks like a big target at 6'5". I'd like to see them use her length in the middle and get her the ball more.
Hagelin, good serve, and that's going to be a service winner. That ball down the line, either looking for Fonoimoana or Jupiter right now, and they're next to each other. Mick Haley moving his serve reception around. There they are next to one another. Hagelin should go right down the line, and she does. Fonoimoana, huge kill. And everybody in the building knew where that set was going.
I'll tell you, when everybody knows where that ball's going and they still can't stop it, what do? You
dig a few. You get hit in the face a few times. Good set that time to Perry, going off Fonoimoana down the line. Becky Perry, the offensive leader for the University of Washington, now with 19 kills on 44 swings.
Very good decision by Hagelin to get Becky Perry the ball. She is your hot hitter on the night, as well as Bianca Rowland.
Washington leading 21-20. Oh, look at that. Talk about a critical service error. You look at the service story, and the numbers look fine, but the timing so often matters.
I agree. Becky Perry looked like she had a lot of adrenaline, didn't take the time to really focus on her serve.
That ball served out of bounds, so Becky Perry off the hook momentarily. Tied it. No, now Washington on that service error. They have point possession, so Kelsey Dunaway will go back, has a pretty effective jump floater. Washington leading 22-21. That's a good call. Double contact called against Bianca Rowland. Call came a little bit late, but I thought that was a good call, didn't you, Holly?
I agree. She mishandled the ball. This was a quick reaction play. The ball just came out too spinny. Double contact.
Yeah, clearly a double contact, and good call by the official. Tied again. Who comes through big time, putting a ball down the line. Kai Munoz out of Monroe, Washington, the 6'1" sophomore transfer who had to sit out last year wearing number 24 in purple. critical kill down the line.
That's why you want to keep all your hitters involved in the match. You never know when you're going to need them.
Jupiter misses that ball out of bounds. So now it is a set point for Washington, leading 24-22, and USC will call timeout and make the Washington server Kendra Carlson think about it. Washington, set point when we come back.
Thursdays, gear up for game day with Countdown to Kickoff on Comcast Sportsnet. Go straight to the source for an inside preview from 85 Bear Tom Thayer and 5-time Pro Bowl linebacker Lance Briggs. They'll answer your questions and preview the big matchup so you know what to expect on the field.
There's going to be a build-up, and this is going to be like a volcanic activity where it's just going to explode.
Gear up for game day with Countdown to Kickoff. Thursday nights at 11 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend. Hang with us on Sportsnet Central. Every night on Comcast Sportsnet, Pat and Mark, Chuck, Sarah, Luke, Gail, Chris, and Kip bring you the Chicago sports coverage you crave. We capture the must-see highlights, deliver the late-breaking news, and produce the in-depth interviews the Chicago sports fan deserves. So hang with us on Sportsnet Central, presented by Allstate. Tonight at midnight on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
USC and Washington going right down to the wire once again. Washington with a couple of set points, but in the series history, look at that. USC has had the better of it, but 5 of the last 6 meetings have gone the distance, as did the first meeting this year, October 1st up in Seattle. That was won by Washington. Carlson, see how she does coming out of the timeout. And misses it long. Just flailed that jump serve over the end line. But another set point for Washington. Have to pass this ball perfectly. Perry available down the line, number 10 in purple. And off the block and out of bounds. And we're going 5 once again. Bianca Rowland, Holly McPeak, you called it. Has to get many more opportunities, get much more involved, and she did indeed for the Washington Huskies in that 4th set. So Washington keeps its hopes alive on the road. Another kill by Bianca Rowland, and we'll have the 5th set tiebreaker when we return to USC. The Huskies and the Trojans tied at 2 sets apiece.
CSNChicago.com.
Total Blackhawks coverage.
Total Bulls access.
CSNChicago.com.
Game recap, stats, and blogs. Insider access from Tracy Myers.
Defenseman Brian Campbell will not be playing in this one.
Plus inside coverage from Agria Sam.
What have you seen from some of your new teammates that really excites you?
For the best Hawks news in Chicago. The best Bulls news in Chicago.
CSNChicago.com.
Fans' best friend online.
McDonald's Bacon and Cheese Angus 3rd Pounder. As if it wasn't enough to make it with a full 3rd pound of 100% Angus beef, they had the audacity to use a bakery-style bun and crinkle-cut the pickles. There's no denying it. That's a 3rd strip of bacon. Have they no shame? Angus Axiom number 39. It's an embarrassment of riches. The astonishing Angus 3rd Pounders. All Angus, all McDonald's.
Chuck Arfon and Chris Bowden with you. Join us for Sportsnet Central at 6:30.
Derrick Rose drives the Bulls to their first win of the season, while the Blackhawks go wild to pick up a big win on the road. We'll revisit both big victories from Saturday night and look ahead to their next matchups.
There's no Bears game, but still plenty of NFL Week 8 highlights, including Brett Favre. Will he or won't he start for the Vikings against the Patriots?
That's on Sportsnet Central coming up tonight at 6:30. Join us then.
Becky Perry for the University of Washington from the opening serve has been the key contributor for the Washington Huskies, Holly.
19 kills. She is the fire plug for this team. And then on the other side, Alex Jupiter, so solid all night, 26 kills so far.
Well, these two teams have seen a lot of one another during the course of this 2010 Pac-10 season, going the distance. 5 sets up in Seattle, 5 sets again in the rematch in Los Angeles for USC, the critical components for them to come out on top.
Well, as always, coaches say serve and pass game. You need to keep the pressure on your opponents. So USC, when they did their best, they were serving extremely well. And same thing on the other side. Washington serving aggressive, not too many service errors.
In that 5th set up in Seattle on October 1st, Washington won 15-5. Really remarkable score. I thought that was a misprint when I first saw it, because that's a blowout. Jupiter will start things off. Mistimed on the outside. Perry with a little bit of a break. No margin for error in this tiebreaker. Perry into the deep cross-court corner. I think this comes, it just has a feeling after that 4th set was so even and so back and forth, no runs of more than 2 points. I think this comes down to one big play.
I agree. I think that the play has evened out as the match has gone on. You've seen momentum on both sides, but now I think this is the battle where one play can make a difference.
Washington won the opening set 25-15. USC came back to take sets 2 and 3 easily. Working on Fenoy Moana. Perry demanding the ball. And Carlson misses it cross court. Big miss again by Kendra Carlson.
I'd like to see setter Jenna Hagelin for Washington feel more confident getting the ball to the middle in transition or pushing that backcourt set wider.
Perry missed that ball out of bounds, so back-to-back points now for USC. Perry registered a kill and now missed that, so back-to-back hitting errors. Carlson and Perry, don't expect that from 2 seniors.
There's the ball to Lauren Barfield in the middle, number 8 for Washington. I like when they feed her the ball. She's a big target. If they can use her more in transition, that will help Washington.
Jenna Hagelin, All-American setter, the matchup, and it has been a long one between Kendall Bateman and Jenna Hagelin, the 2 setters for their respective teams. Bateman delivering right on cue nicely out of the middle to Alexis Olgard.
Alexis Olgard so much more confident on the offensive end for USC. That's her 7th kill so far.
13 attempts, no errors. Very productive match for Olgard, the freshman out of Spokane. Overpass, tapped down nicely by Fenoy Moana.
When Fuller's serving, Fenoy Moana gets those snap downs.
A quick timeout taken by Jim McLaughlin, head coach for the University of Washington, taking no chances in this 5th set tiebreaker.
What's it take to earn your business?
It takes drive.
It takes heart.
It takes soul.
We opened Infinity of Orland Park almost 20 years ago. We're driven to be the best, and we are.
Thanks to me, Dad.
Come see the all-new 2011 M Series, in stock now.
So what's it take to earn your business?
Drive.
Heart.
And soul.
Infinity of Orland Park, we're driven heart and soul.
Tonight we have the Bloom Blazing Trojans and Brother Rice Crusaders. For the tie. Got it!
4.6 seconds to go.
Tip!
Was it good or not good? It was that close.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Hey, y'all feel it?
I'm tired, I'm out of breath, hamstrings are burning, calves, my heels, you name it.
Way to get in them! Get in them!
It's game time, let's go!
We're gonna have fun, we're gonna play hard.
It is time! Great rotation! Wow, nice!
Ralph de la Vega arrived in the U.S. as a 10-year-old Cuban exile with nothing but the will to succeed.
My NIU MBA helped me to achieve my dreams and my goals.
As a child, Gloria Coco was inspired by the way her father served society by practicing law.
My NIU law degree allowed me to do the same as a lawyer and as a judge.
Come experience the power of NIU at our Veterans Day open house, Thursday, November 11th.
this happen all the time?
All the time.
That is awesome.
Get this scoop on the Blackhawks on Sportsnet Central and CSNChicago.com. Your home for ultimate Blackhawks coverage. Comcast Sportsnet, fans' best friend.
Fifth set, USC leading 4-2 over Washington. A look at the current Pac-10 standings, and immediately it becomes apparent why this match is so important. USC needs a win if they want to vie for the Pac-10 championship. Washington also in need of a win to stay in touch with the top teams in the conference. And also, when the 7th and 8th ranked teams in the country play, it puts a picture in the mind of the selection committee. Both of these teams are going to be in the NCAA tournament, but where are they going to be seated? Are they going to stay home? Are they going to go away? Big match for both of these teams. Moana over the top of the block, no touch detected.
Felon Fonoimoana has had some success hitting those high hands off the block at Washington, that time just missing it too high.
Bears repeating. USC 17-3 overall. Loss at Washington, surprisingly at Arizona State, and at home to Stanford. But they are the only team to have defeated Cal so far this year. Another careless service error by Becky Perry. You see USC gone the distance 5 times so far this year, has won 4 of those. 11th service error for Washington now against 6 aces, but it's the timing of the errors. Ball stuffed out of the middle by Olgaard.
Alexis Olgaard, number 1 in white at 6'5". She's facing another 6'5" hitter, Lauren Barfield, for Washington, but Washington is not making the block move, and that's too easy for Olgaard.
6-3 lead now for USC. Fonoimoana again. Jupiter is blocked. Huge block that time by Barfield, returning the favor.
Nice timing. Watch Lauren Barfield get out to her outside blocker, Kinder Carlson, and then press over.
That just had the sort of feeling with Fonoimoana serving and that swing. If Jupiter is able to put that ball away, this match might well be over. I know it's still early, but it just had that kind of feel to it. Big momentum block by Barfield. And nice cut back off the right side. Alexis Olgaard, very expert at that 1-foot takeoff now, just in her freshman season.
Olgaard doing a good job hitting back at the setter for Washington, Jenna Haglund. So if she comes up with the dig, somebody other than the setter is going to have to set the ball.
Urango back on, remember, already has a couple of aces. And there is Rowland. Better pass, and Bianca Rowland becomes a very valuable weapon. Rowland now in the match registering her 13th kill. 5th set, teams will trade sides at the 8th point. USC now leading 7-5. Carlson. Now big chance for Washington. Down the line, and that ball put to the floor once again by Munoz. Kylan Munoz using that line shot to good effect.
Kylan Munoz doesn't have the same type of heat as Becky Perry, but she's moving the ball around the court, that time finding the deep line for Washington.
Munoz now with 8 kills, several of those coming late in the 4th set. Jupiter. Dig by Orlandini. Orlandini again with a dig, and a net violation is called against USC's setter, Kendall Bateman, who can't believe the call. Tied at 7. Orlandini with a spectacular dig.
Jenna Orlandini was playing middle back and turned and ran and got that ball up. That was a phenomenal dig by the libero for Washington.
25 digs now for Orlandini. And even that one is out of the reach of Jenna Orlandini. And so the teams will trade sides. Alex Jupiter registers her 27th kill. And again, how big was that block by Barfield? And well, we've got a moment. A look at the top 10. Florida still on top. Nebraska will be falling down. They lost to Texas, California, and Stanford. Hawaii, Illinois, and California going to move up to number 2. Your thoughts on not only their win, but their season win over Stanford in their season so far?
Well, Cal, I think, is the surprise team in the country, led by Carly Lloyd, their senior setter. She does such a great job, but Tara Murray on the outside really anchoring this offense for Cal. They should be number 2 when the polls comes out on Monday.
Jupiter looking for the tie inside the block and gets it. Alex Jupiter with her 28th kill.
Alex Jupiter so solid. We can't say it enough on the outside for USC. She gets them out of a lot of trouble.
Don't take the timeouts with you to the locker room after the match. One little momentum switch, you got to call timeout. SC leading 9-7 in the 5th.
Neck and back problems? You're not alone. Take it from an NFL Hall of Famer.
In 1979, I was a rookie, and I was playing against one of the best players in the league. And I tried to get him engaged and then throw him. And when I did, I had wrenched the vertebrae in my back out of whack. And from that point on, it never was the same. I couldn't tie my shoes. I couldn't sleep. I mean, it was madness. When I first met Dr. Jeff, we saw eye to eye about what I needed and where I needed to go. He has an awful lot of cutting-edge, innovative ways of taking the weight load off and allowing you to work the muscles without, the full body weight. Today, I don't even concern myself with, kind of making a mental note or a mental list of what I can and cannot do.
Call the Illinois Back Institute at 1-866-693-0955.
Every weeknight at 5:30, only one show covers Chicago sports the right way. Chicago Tribune Live. Join host David Kaplan in a nightly roundtable with Chicago's biggest sports stars, celebrities, and journalists as they tackle every angle of the sports world.
We had a bet with Philadelphia, so they sent a Philly cheesesteak. There you go. How about our guy, Coach?
That's all right. Thank you. I love that stuff.
Chicago Tribune Live, presented by Harris Bank. Weeknights at 5:30 on Comcast Sportsnet. Fans' best friend.
Number 7, Washington. Number 8, USC. 5-set match once again. 6 out of the last 7 meetings. USC leading in the 5th now, 9-7. Make it 9-8. Another kill by Bianca Rowland.
Perfect pass by Washington to execute and get that ball to Bianca Rowland. Rowland, number 15 in the middle for Washington.
Holford on to serve, number 3 in purple, defensive specialist. No mistakes. That means serving the right player, executing the game plan. Jupiter down the line.
The block of Washington made Alex Jupiter turn that ball down the line, but she did a perfect job of that, hitting it high and sharp down the line.
Kill number 30 for number 7, Jupiter now serving. Both teams passing well under pressure. Carlson in the deep cross-court corner. Boy, that ball just catching the line.
She's hitting a very flat ball. Carlson, number 5 for Washington, just catching the back line.
Carlson now just 9 of 35. Washington needs something from her late, and it's late. Fuller off the block. Turns the favor, that off of Hagelin, just catching the side of her arm and out of bounds. Fenoi Moana with 19 kills.
That matchup is tough for Jenna Hagelin at Washington to match up against 6'4" Fallon Fenoi Moana. The size advantage goes to USC.
USC led 4-2, 9-7, and now 11-9 here in the 5th. And that ball killed once again. Kendra Carlson registering back-to-back kills critically for the University of Washington.
Kendra Carlson led the Washington Huskies against UCLA Bruins with 23 kills. Tonight, it's Becky Perry's night.
Fenoi Moana off of Carlson once again. Very smart hitting by the freshman.
Fallon Fenoi Moana adjusting to the college game, the bigger blocks, and really elevating her game as well.
Fenoi Moana and Jupiter have combined for 50 of the 62 kills for USC. Perry through the block and down. From the third set on, this match has been very well played. USC Washington easily over USC in the opening set, and then in sets 2 and 3, it was all USC over Washington. Fourth and fifth set played at a very high level. Down the line again for Fonoimoana. Fallon Fonoimoana has found a new toy in that line shot.
Fallon Fonoimoana turning and hitting that ball high down the line. A lot of players will drop their arm. 21 kills today, career high so far in college.
And we'll go back to serve, already with a couple of aces. Cross court. Kendra Carlson may be having an off match, but the senior out of Colorado has been superb here in the fifth set when it matters. 13-12 USC. Kelsey Dunaway, good jump floater, and carries it out of bounds. Wow. It has been the matches of missed serves at crucial times for Washington. They did it against UCLA, lost in 5. We'll see if it costs them against Gina Urango and USC. 2 match points for the Trojans. That ball down the line. Beautifully done by Bianca Rowland. But another match point for USC. If this ball goes to anywhere but Alex Jupiter, number 7 on the left side, I'll be very surprised. But first, Carlson has got to serve in. Match point number 2. To Jupiter for the win, and there it is. So Alex Jupiter and Fallon Fonoimoana lead the way once again for USC, but it started with a sprawling pass, saving pass by Fonoimoana.
And no surprise, ball goes to Alex Jupiter, who's had a great night, 31 kills. Beautiful, confident turn down the line.
That is a huge win for USC. They improved to 18-3 overall. They'll be moving up in the polls, and it also improved to 8-3 in the conference for Washington. A 5-set loss at UCLA, a 5-set loss at USC. They fall to 6-5 in conference, 17-5 overall. Yep, Fallon Fonoimoana getting a high five from head coach Mick Haley. A superb match from the 2 dynamic outside attackers, Fallon Fonoimoana and Alex Jupiter from USC. Becky Perry did her part, as did Gina Orlandini for the University of Washington, but not quite enough. This has been the Pac-10 Match of the Week from USC. In 5 sets, the Trojans take down the Huskies. For Holly McPeak, I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks for watching, everybody.